What's up guys and welcome back to another video. Today it is going to be nuke everything on the T side you need to know, and without further ado, let's get started. Okay, the first thing we will do will be some smokes from the T-spawn. It will be 50% at least will be from the T-spawn because there's so much you can do from here. First off, we have the default new meta A main smoke. You get into this corner right here, get trapped there, turn around, look up to this railing at the top, and then just to the tippy top of that edge, jump through a smoke, and then it lands perfectly on top of main, blocking off the entrance here, leaving no room for visibility, just as a new meta, and a little lurk so no garage op can peek you outside if you're on top of main. Easy as that. Okay, next up we have the default set piece for outside. If you have this spawn, it would be ideal if you do the smokes here or your teammate does from here, because it's just the fastest way to do it. You just aim for the truck here and then walk forwards and you're perfectly aligned and you can jump through smokes. So this is about the area you have to be. Doesn't have to be too pixel perfect, doesn't really matter. First off, look for these three windows up here, aim towards this middle of the left side of the window, and for the second smoke, which I'll do instantly afterwards, we'll do this window, which is exactly the middle there. So you jump through first one here, go for your smoke, and then you jump through the second one right there, which is for both smokes, the first one, the second one, and it will cover off your cross safely for you and your teammates to go towards secret. Okay, next up we have some other smokes which are thrown from the same position, so if you're in front of this truck here, you can do so. First off, we will do the garage smoke. You've done your first smoke, your second smoke. If you get a third smoke and want to smoke off garage, you can do so by aiming at the top right of this hinge from the box there, just exactly where my crosshair is showing, and then jump for a smoke. The smoke will land perfectly in front of garage. Combined with the other two smokes, you will have a perfect smoke wall to not get spotted crossing towards outside. Next up, we have another smoke for outside, which is the default cross smoke you can throw from the T-spawn as well. So you get into this area as for the other smokes. You've done your first smoke, your second smoke, and your garage smoke, and now you can go up to this railing right here and then jump for a smoke, and you will see the smoke lands perfectly in front of this blue container when it pops, and will perfectly, without the op spotting you, cover off your cross sight. There is another way, so the best way to do it on the run is just going on this shadow here, throwing it off there, and it will easily do the same job as well. But if you want to do for a fake, for example, then you can throw the smoke from there as well. If you just have one outside player, 3 towards lobby, then it is there. Just an alternative for you to mess around a bit and get some new ideas. Okay, next up we have another set of smokes, all thrown from the same position, and it is absolutely incredible. I love those smokes. Use them on my games every single day. First off, get into this corner here at the truck. Look for this white line there. Just go exactly in the middle of that white line. Stand up and jump for a smoke. Be aware though, the window has to be closed for this one, because this is going to break the window and that determines how it lands. So if your enemies volley this, for example, which perfectly will be extinguished, so you can run out of squeaky, go down vents, take a bit of control towards site or main. The site player will be covered off, hard player will be covered off, and the main player will have hard times. He can spam the smokes, but you can just fire back and get an easy frag and get some control, maybe drop down vents and get your plant for your eco rushes. Next up we have two more smokes for a site, which will create like a wall of smoke. The first one we had was with the window closed. Now we need this one with the window open. Same thing as before. Get into the corner, go for the crouch, look for the middle of this line, stand up, and then throw your smoke. And the next thing will be throw your smoke from here, exactly where that red and silver edge meet. So we'll do this all in all together. This one, stand up, throw your smoke, go for your smoke, aim here and jump for that one, which will perfectly create a wall of smokes pushing outside of hut, which is the first one lands on the Tetris box. The second one lands a bit deeper on site, will break the window as well though, and create a nice wall of smoke, so you can run outside here without anybody spotting you from main. This is just to take some site control, isolating the main player from the site players there. Okay, next up we have another smoke, obviously thrown from the same position. We're not done yet. First off, get on this truck and here again, and then you look for this silver line, silver plate, and go a bit further left as the bottom left of the silver thing, and then just jump for the smoke. Smoke will go through the window and because of the new CS2 smokes, it will land on silo and will extend towards the ground, smoking off this area here, leaving no vision for the Heaven players towards Squeaky, leaving no vision from the side players towards Squeaky, and will give a hard time for the CTs to defend A site if you are splitting out from Squeaky and from Hut, making it a bit more difficult getting some easy frags and A site control. Another outside smoke set I will show you will be from this position as well. First off, get into this corner here. Then think about it, you need to look for this white dot right there. Go to this top silver area right there. So that will give you an alternative wall of smokes outside. You can combine it with a garage smoke. I will show you shortly. First off, as I said, look for this white dot, jump throw your smoke, and then do the same thing from the top of this edge there, which will make a alternative wall of smokes for outside, covering off main, covering off a bit deeper. You still have garage open, so you can take a bit of control towards garage, but that will smoke off the edge here. They can stand on top of the blue box here, seeing your cross, and obviously on top of garage, etc. But that shouldn't be a problem. It will cover off most of the angles, leaving no room for your enemies to fight you. As before, I will show you the alternative garage smoke as well. We've done the outside smoke 1, 2, and the garage smoke from here, and an alternative version to do it from here. We'll do the same job, but still it's from this position. So if you throw your first smoke and your second smoke from here, you can look for this dark area. Just keep in mind it's not very hard to find because they're very thin, and this one is like the thickest you can find there, just in the middle of that. Jump throw your smoke, and the smoke will land perfectly inside of garage. Smoking that off, combine it with the other two smokes, and you will have a perfect wall of smokes outside to take another bit of more control here for you and your team to cross towards secret, or just get a bit of outside and yard control. Okay, next up, if you are the person who has been throwing the nades from here, or doing the smokes here for a side, for example, you can follow this up with a flash. You probably have another flash or a Molotov at your disposal. Afterwards, you just stand in front of this truck, just around the edge here. It doesn't have to be too pixel perfect. Look towards this area here. Make sure that the windows are broken, which we will open now, and then go for your flash. Look for this dot here, and then go to this step of the ladder right there, and then just start on running. Run and walk. Just carry on running, go up the ladder, don't move your mouse, and let go of your flash as soon as this ladder disappears out of your screen. If you play 16:9 or 4x3, doesn't really matter. Test it both, doesn't really matter. And you can go for the flash. Flash bounces perfectly onto site, so it will blind every single angle on site except for the deep main player. But on Hut will be flashed, and Heaven, both Heaven sides will be flashed, except behind the silo, maybe like the side player from here. You wouldn't have a big problem with that either. Okay, next up we have a fast Hut molly you can throw for a rush, or just after you've done the smokes for the outside here. And it's the same lineup almost as the flash, so just get in front of this truck area here, look for this dot there, and follow it to the right to this ladder step there. Make sure the windows are broken at the top, and then just run. And as soon as you leave the ladder and hit the blue mark, which would be like here, if you hit the blue at the bottom like this, jump for your Molotov, it'll bounce perfect on top of Hut. Depends how the molly evolves. It can go towards the Xbox or towards the Tetris boxes here, and will take out this edge there, which is just a very fast molly to go for a rush, to take out some info on the Hut player and give you with an easy A-site control. Okay, next up we have another smoke, and the smoke is for Heaven. If you have outside control, got some enemies down, maybe want to go to A bit late in the round, then you can do so with this smoke. As a silo player, you can throw this. First off, get yourself aligned with this black line there, pixel perfect, like this, just next to this dot and this line here as shown. Then take your decoy. You will need a decoy for this one because you have to break the windows so the smoke goes through. And then look for these 4 dots at the top here. Go to the top right dot there. Just throw your decoy left click. Breaks the windows as you may have heard, and then go to the bottom left of this window here, which is just above that edge there, and then jump throw your smoke. Smoke will go perfectly through the window, land inside of Heaven, and will smoke off Heaven for you and your teammates to go to A side safely. Okay, next up we have another flashbang for outside, or for a main, should I say. If you have the AWP kill outside, if you're on top of silo and your teammates are outside taking control, you've got a bit of cover here, then just go for this flash. Just chuck yourself in front of this wall here. Doesn't have to be 2 pixel perfect, something like this. And then look for this grey box on top of that. Left, right, click your flash and let go. It lands instantly, perfectly in front of main, and it will take out most of the angles from here, holding outside, even going a bit closer for the cross up there, like the default cross there. You can surprise there. And on this off angle position here, it does not flash the person right in the corner here or right in the corner there, but this is absolutely uncommon. What it does do is it does go efficiently towards a bit deeper, like in front of the vents here, so granting you with some easy A main control. If your engagements or fights have taken a bit longer than you have thought, or you were in lobby first and decided to go outside late round, then I will show you 3 smokes to late smoke everything without going back to the T-spawn. First one is the one close to the red container, which is from up here. Get trapped in this corner, go for a crouch, and then in this corner up here where my crosshair is, left and right click your smoke, let go of that one, and it will land perfectly there to cross off the area here for the red container, giving you the first smoke to cross safely towards secret. As I said, if your fights take a bit longer than you thought, maybe you want to go outside late round after you've been in lobby, had some presence there, and you don't want to go back to T-spawn, do these smokes. The first one I showed you was from top of silo. If you don't have a silo player, no problem. Get back to the red container here. If you 2v2 or whatever, you got your mate there, then one of you do this smoke. The first smoke will be from here in front of this red container. Nothing 2 pixel perfect. Look towards this beam right at the bracket, and then just left click your smoke. You make sure that somebody is covering secret. So the first smoke will be down, and the second smoke I will show you shortly. Next up, the second smoke, which will help you get a bit of more room and smoke off the cross, as I said, in your late round. When you have this and you're a bit outside behind the red container, make sure that nobody can come out secret, or secret is covered. Get underneath this thing here. There's only one of them there, so just so you know about the lineups here, go for this beam just in the middle of these 2 brackets there, and then take a step forward, which does the second smoke, covering that off. With the first smoke here, you can late round go and cross towards secret. The next one I will show you will be another smoke for garage, but from outside. So if you go from lobby to outside, don't want to go to T-spawn, whatever, just want to think about loosey-goosey getting there, all the smokes are faded, encounters took too long, do this. Get in front of this pillar here, got your sign on the right side, just so you don't mistake in that one. Look up towards this dot or whatever this thing is, the little chimney thing up there, and follow it up to the top of these lines up the top there, of the top of the cables, and then just left click the smoke. You will be safe, nobody can peek you there except from the red container, but the smoke will land perfectly inside of garage, covering off every vision from the AWPer towards outside, making you and your teammates for an easy cross. Okay guys, that was it for the video. Now you know everything you need for the T side of Nuke. Next time we'll cover up the CT side. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, if you learned something. Appreciate you guys, thank you for your support, and I'll see you in the next one.